Is it recording? Skype?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Um. So yeah, so you just got off on call with Corey. Um. How did you feel about the vote? You got to vote, Erin.
I know. I gotta vote. I feel like, I don't know, maybe like in Survivor, like the show, people will use any excuse for it's like anyone but me. So the fact that my name was even just said, like even like I found like when Corey was like talking to me about it, or just everyone like, why did Zach vote you? I hope it's not like putting something in their head that's like, why did Zach vote you? What are the reasons where Erin could be a good vote? And like kind of pinning a slight target on me. But I think I'm glad that David's still in the game because I think he's kind of a bigger target right now. I just hope that doesn't flip. I don't think it will, but I think it's just something to be aware of that I kind of have to keep up still with the social game, you know?
So yeah. So we talked about the pit. Let's take it back to the challenge. So you obviously sat out. What made you sit out? Like, why did you tell your tribe, like, oh, I'll volunteer? Like, what made you volunteer?
Well, honestly, like, truth be told, like, I was dog sitting at, like, a friend of a friend's house, and my Wi-Fi really was bad. Like, when I was trying to, like, join the tribe call, like, everyone was, like, glitching, and it was really hard for me to, like, talk to everyone. And I feel like after that call, I was like, wow, I think my social game just went down just because of my poor Wi-Fi, because I really couldn't like join in like that. And I kind of just like used the excuse like, oh, I'm shy, hoping that will like forgive me. And like I can always say like I warmed up later on, but I also was like, I'm glitching, which was also true. But I kind of tried to like emphasize that as like an excuse for myself in a way. But if we were doing a challenge, and especially because it was timed, I don't want to glitch and like everyone to be like annoyed with me because that's just like annoying, you know? But also, like, I feel like I am pretty good mentally with challenges. And although we want to keep strong players in, I don't want to be a target because people see me as a threat. I'm already like trying to downplay things that I've been like critiqued on in the past of like being kind of a threat with mental comps, and then like it's gonna sound bad, but like being like too pretty. Like I'm kind of trying to like bum it a little bit more on the calls and stuff like that because I don't want to be like seen as intimidating. But I don't know. I've never played it that way, and it could totally like backfire because those are also kind of like my strengths. So maybe people are gonna see me as too weak. But you know, we're learning, I guess, as we go.
Okay, this is a two-parter. So, first question is, obviously, the tribes were distributed the way they did. You end up in a tribe with two people who previously played the same org you played. The and then you obviously called yourself the I Love Money peeps. Um, what made you, I guess, like the connection with that? What gravitate y'all to work together? Because I remember from your interview, you said you wanted to be messy and like be chaotic. Um, but like, were you shocked knowing that there's people from I Love Money, especially Josh, who played the same season of I Love Money as you? Were you like nervous that like you have someone that could potentially be who knows your game? I guess that
Well,
kind of way.
Josh is like my number one. Like I was actually surprised you put us on the same tribe because Josh was my ride or die bestie. Like still to this day, like before this org even happened, like we still would call every now and then. So I trust Josh like 1,000%. He even told me he was like, yeah, he just started another alliance with me that you're not in. Like he told me that. Like that is insane. Like I mean, it's not insane, but like if you think about it, like that just shows how much trust we have, where we can just share like that kind of information with each other. Like I kind of got Josh out my season we played together, but I ultimately won, so like he wasn't really mad about it because I played a good game. But like honest to God, like when I was talking with Corey and I was like, I'm playing, and if I feel like 1,000% good with you, like I'm playing for you. honestly, I would play messier if it wasn't so early. Like, I want to get to a point past merge where I think Josh specifically is set up well, and I'll put all the target on me. Like, I want Josh to win. I want Josh to win, and I'm like playing for him because he was my bestie, my number one in I Love Money, and he got out and kind of basically gave me my game for doing that. Like, I'm willing to do the same for him. Like, Josh is my number one for sure. Chantel, well, I've talked to her a little bit more because she was on prod for I Love Money too, and I was on prod her season, so there's that connection of just talking to each other like outside the game. I honestly have seen her gameplay like 1,000%, and peace and love, she's the fakest person. Like, she could be telling me everything I want to hear right now, but she's also a very smart player. So as long as I'm not hurting her game, there's no reason that she'll vote me out at this point. Like, she knows I'm gonna keep her in, so she'll keep me in. So I don't really care if she's like telling me I'm her number one or what this stuff, because I know logically for her game, it makes sense to keep me in an alliance or on her side. So I'm just gonna deal with that until like I know logically it doesn't, and then I'm gonna be like, okay, like I know you're just telling me sweet nothings. So I know her gameplay. But Chantel didn't really see my gameplay behind the scenes, so I think there's a little bit of an edge there. And I think there's just this Dylan, you played his game. He kind of put us all through the ringer. So there definitely is a kind of bit of a bond of like, you know, he put twists and he had fights and he like exposed people like every single round. So there's like, I think, especially if you do well, which even though Josh didn't win, he went pretty far. You have to handle stress and also be able to navigate like anything that's thrown your way. I feel like more than average if you're just playing like regular, kind of behind the scenes games, if that makes sense.
Okay. So I have questions from the VL coming from your very own lovely podcast, Lyndon. First, she wants to say that you're the best.
Aww.
Second is who do you feel best with right now?
Love you, Lyndon. But also, I definitely feel best with Josh. Like, Josh is gonna be my number one. Like, I'm playing for you, Lyndon. But also, like, I'm playing for Josh. Like, he's my bestie.
Second question, how does she feel or how do you feel about the cursed idol hunt?
I think you're lying to me, and I got the idol on the first guess. And you're just stringing us along. Honestly, like I feel like someone could totally have it by now, but like we just wouldn't know. So, Josh did update me because we've been sharing, like codes since day one, and he got a dolphin, and I don't know what that means, and I know you can't tell me, but like I'm guessing it's in the water somewhere. So that's gonna be helpful to know, and also helpful that Josh confided that in me. But gosh dang, there's so many boxes. There's so many numbers to guess.
Okay. That's all the questions I have. Any last minute things you'd like to say before oh, wow, English. Before I end the recording?
I definitely feel that I'm in an okay spot. I feel like okay is a good word to put it because I tried early on to establish like really good social connections and I did that. However, there's always like, did I do it too well? And people are talking about that, especially with my name being thrown out as a vote. I know it was like a throwaway vote for Zach and blah, 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 but it's just a name out there that you don't want you don't want attention drawn to you at all. And I think something that I'm going to work on before I hope we win, but I am a little bit nervous specifically on Corey, which is why I just kept that conversation going and kind of just listened and gave him an ear and tried to have some just be someone that he can trust in, because having the information that Josh had told me that he started another alliance and I wasn't in it, I don't think that means Corey dislikes me. I think, like Josh said, like he likes other people more, and that scares me because that is the totem pole he's on, and everyone likes Corey. If someone were to throw out Corey's name, I think that would be good for my game right now, just because he doesn't see me like as his number one. I hope that can change, and maybe he'll even like confide in me or start an alliance with me. But I'm not gonna bring it up to him because I don't even feel like I brought it up like a one-on-one alliance with him, but not like a group one. Because if he wanted one, he already started one with me, and that's also another reason why I feel like I can only trust Chantel so much because she didn't tell me about it. I guess why would she? She's playing her own game. Like, it's actually pretty rare that Josh even told me. But that's something that I'm a little just aware of. Like, I'm gonna focus on moving forward, like trying to grow Corey's trust so I raise higher in his totem pole. I feel good with Chantel and Jessica. Like, I know we're not gonna vote each other right now because we're just gals and we want to keep gals being good. Um, I love Money Peeps. I feel like Chantel and Josh are gonna stay true. So now it's kind of like, and Josh really likes Liam, and if Josh likes Liam, I like Liam. You know, like Josh's opinion is high on me, so Liam. So then it's just really like, it's unfortunately David. So I actually really like David too, but I see how he's a threat. So I think he needs to play his own game and just get in better with other people and not like in a, dare I say, abrasive way with people, because I think that's how it's coming across. Unfortunately, honestly, I'm really good at trivia. Hope I just pulled through and I can just make it till merge, because there's some people in the other tribe I think I can connect with. And if less people from this tribe are mixed in with the merge, or not with the merge, with the swap, then I can even further deeper connections there where they can rely on me since I already have that established. And then also, hopefully, there's other targets that aren't within this tribe, because I think it's really hard how well people are connected and how people don't want to make shots because everyone's really nice. I know there's a huge rant. I'm sorry. I need to get that out.
Okay, I know. I remember the two-parter, and I forgot to mention the part to that two-parter. So we talked about the I Love Money Peeps. Let's talk about the Girls Alliance. Um,
Oh,
how do you feel about that? Working with Chantel and Jessica, the only girls on your tribe.
yeah. I think we're gonna stay true to each other. Hopefully, I can get on a call with them and even further that. It's honestly not, like, I would say it's Josh is my number one, and then Josh, Chantel, and me. Like, I'm gonna keep them safe because I know I'm like kind of outside the game, whatever. I really want David to stay. I hope we don't lose. I really like him, but, and I think the girls are actually after that. Like, I feel like Chantel, Jessica, and me, like, no one's saying their name. No one's gonna go after them. We haven't had a call. Like, I haven't talked to Jessica a ton. I already have other alliances with Chantel. It's kind of on the back burner for me, anyways. Until we get on a call, it's so early for connections to form and stuff. When I was saying that with Corey, and I was like, I don't have any super strong opinions on people, and that's pretty genuine. Like, I don't hate anyone, and honestly, I can say I don't love anyone except for like Josh. Like, any of them can go home. And I really wouldn't care unless they're keeping me safe. Then I care. But yeah, that's my story.
All right, I'm gonna stop the recording.